Hello, everyone. Happy Motivational Monday, guys. I am Sami Womack from A Sunny Side Up Life, and I have a really special message to share with you guys today. This is something that was kind of every week, but this is something that I was thinking about over the weekend, and I just had to line the dishes. More stereotypical mom life than that right there. I just had this great idea while I was doing the dishes. How most ideas come to me, to be honest. So today I want to talk about how comparison can ruin debt-free journeys. For those of you who are new to my page, I am Sami Womack, and I have a little short bio in the description of this video. If you're brand new here and don't know anything about my journey or my story, my family, anything like that. So I blog over at asunnysideuplife.com. You can jump over there. There's the links to that as well. There's a really great page on there, my about page. It tells you the mission statement of my business, a little bit of my family's story. And I haven't updated it recently because about 2 weeks ago today, we became debt free from $490,000 worth of debt in a little over 3 years. So if you haven't read that story, you should totally jump over to my website, check that out. I need to update the last little bit of it, actually selling our house and all of that, but the whole rest of the story is there. So if you aren't familiar with that, totally check it out. All of my resources are below, so check those out if you aren't familiar with them as well. So that's my little shout out to myself, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so how comparison can ruin your debt-free journey. And this was kind of an epiphany to me last night. And I was thinking about how comparison and this whole social media world that we live in, this technology-driven, where we're always connected and we're always comparing ourselves to what everybody else is doing. Our friends, our family, celebrities, just influencers, people that we're just Instagram friends with. We're always comparing ourselves to what everyone else is doing. And for a lot of us that are on this journey now, this is how we got ourselves into debt or into overspending, was by comparing and trying to live up to the expectations that we felt like society was putting on us. At least that's true for us. We were driving a vehicle that was way too expensive for us. We were living in a house that was way too big, way too expensive. We were going out to eat way more than we could really afford to do. And it was all kind of fake. We were just living well beyond our means. And a lot of that was driven from this comparison-driven kind of world that we live in these days. And so I was thinking about how, as someone on this journey, I'm already susceptible to this. I tell people a lot of times that I feel like a recovering shopaholic and all those other kinds of things that come with that, like a recovering comparison addict. And I feel like if that's how we got ourselves into this, then we would also fall easily into the trap of comparing our debt-free journeys to other people's debt-free journeys, right? Because we're so used to comparing ourselves and just feeling like we're not good enough because of what so-and-so is doing. And I feel like that's really hard for me because I have this spotlight on my journey. And then I feel like, oh, I have to show up and I have to, show everyone how I'm doing so good. And, and there's just that extra pressure. But we also fall into this trap of comparing our debt-free journeys, right? And so especially now that it's January and everyone's really excited and everyone's doing great things, which is amazing. And it can be counterproductive when we see people saving thousands of dollars a month and doing these awesome no spend weeks and doing these pantry challenges where they spend on their groceries in a week. And if you've done that and you've done it successfully, that's amazing, right? And you don't mean to discourage other people. We're crushing our goals and we're sharing, discourage other people. And so I was thinking about that. And I was thinking about how we see everyone in their perfect journeys. We see them on their perfect debt-free journeys as well. And we feel like not good enough. And we feel like we just can't measure up. And it ends up making us feel discouraged. And I struggle with that a lot. I struggle with sharing my journey with you guys, that I don't want you guys and send them on, of course, but also I'm just kind of like, oh, well, maybe I'm not good enough because I spent money this week, right? I'm sure you guys can totally relate to that, because I've felt that way so often. So where do we draw the line between inspiration and discouragement? I think where we draw the line is when it starts to hurt, when we start to feel like that kind of, oh, I'm not good enough. And what do? For me, I pause. Maybe I put my phone down for a couple of hours, or I take the whole day off social media. Whatever I need to do to kind of break away from it, kind of refocus and rebalance and see what I'm really actually working towards. How do we, sorry, I'm trying to read my notes. How do we stay motivated when our journey looks different? All of our journeys are going to look different. And I tell you guys this all the time, that the most important thing that you can do for your budget is to make it work for your family. No two families are the same. Even if like your numbers look the same, even if you're a family of 5 and your kids are the same age, your journey is still not the same. No one's journey is going to be the same. So no one's budget should be the same. No one's goals should be exactly the same. So how do we make our journeys unique to our own family? And how do we stay motivated when our journey looks different than someone else's? Like I just said, what I do is I take a break, I refocus, I rebalance. Maybe I need to break out my goals list and kind of check back in and remember what I'm really working for. Maybe if you're married, you can check in with your spouse, or you can check in with a trusted friend, someone who understands. Maybe a friend that you've made online, or if you're a member of my Facebook community, you can check in there. Just some like-minded people that are going to kind of slap you back into reality and help you refocus and rebalance and remind you that it doesn't have to look like someone else's. And for me, what always works for me is checking back in with my budget. Maybe I need to update my goals. Maybe my goals aren't feeling right anymore. Maybe I just need to check in with my spending. Maybe I need to check in with my savings. Sometimes for me, honestly, just simply logging into my bank account and looking at my savings account and going, okay, you have made progress. Just because you're not making progress as fast as someone else, or you're not, doing this challenge that someone else is doing, you're still doing great. So that for me is really, really beneficial, and just kind of refocusing. And sometimes we get so caught up in social media, we get so caught up in what everyone else is doing, that we forget, what's going on in our real lives. So we need to remember to take a break sometimes when we start feeling like that. And we need to know where the line between inspiration and discouragement is, right? So if you've been feeling like that, if you've been seeing these people, it's January and everyone is just crushing their goals. And this doesn't have to just be budgeting. This can be their workout goals, their eating goals, whatever it is. And you just feel like you're not measuring up, you're not good enough. Just remember to refocus, and don't let comparison suck you in, and don't let it ruin your journey. Because if you've gotten started, you are already making progress. And remember my favorite Laura Casey quote, that little by little progress adds up. So I hope that speaks to someone. It was really on my heart yesterday, and I really wanted to jump on and share it with you guys. As always, you guys, if you like this video, remember to hit the like button. If you're watching this on YouTube, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That helps me so much, and I appreciate it so much. If you're watching this on Facebook and you don't follow me on YouTube, you totally should jump over and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be putting out more and more content as the year goes on. I have so much planned. I'm so excited. Also, let me know in the comments, have you been feeling like this now that it's January, or when you see other people doing challenges, or you see other people, having a $60 grocery week and you're over here with a $200 grocery week and you're just feeling like you can't compare. Let me know in the comments if you relate to that and how you're trying to break free from that comparison. Okay, guys, I hope that this helped you, and I will talk to you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week.